Welcome to the last section in C, lower level programming and some additional features of C. In this section, we will talk about some of the topics that we mentioned earlier, but did not discuss in detail, and also about some additional features of C that we have not discussed yet. The topics we will cover are hash defined statements and C preprocessor, macros, register variables, bit fields, bitwise operations, enumerations and command line parameters. Hash defined statements and C preprocessor. A hash defined statement is used to define either a constant value or a few lines of C code. Let us see one example. Hash include stdio.h, hash define pi 3.14, hash define maxnum 999, area equal to pi star r star r, for I equal to 0, I less than maxnum, I plus plus. Notice the lines starting with the word hash define. In this program, these lines are used to define the values of two constants named pi and maxnum. Before the actual compilation starts, the C preprocessor scans the code and replaces all the hash defined statements with the corresponding definition. This could be a constant or a few lines of C code itself. In the present case, it finds every occurrence of the word pi in the program and replaces each occurrence with the value 3.14. The compiler itself does not see the word pi. As far as the compiler is concerned, these 3.14s were always there in the program. Note that if the word pi appears in a text string or in a comment, it will be ignored and it remains unchanged. Putting the word pi in the program instead of the numeral 3.14 and maxnum instead of 999 is only a matter of convenience, and it makes the understanding of the code easy. It tells us that we mean the mathematical constant pi and that the for loop goes on till the maximum number is allowed, that is 999. When we are writing a very small program, it does not make much difference, but when there are several references to a constant, say pi, then changing that value to 3.1416 would become time consuming if we had used 3.14 everywhere. It is also possible that we miss one or two occurrences. However, if we used hash define pi 3.14, we can modify this statement to hash define pi 3.1416, and that would take care of all the occurrences of pi in the program. This also helps in keeping a constant that could take different values depending on the compiler. For example, EOF is -1 in most of the compilers, but on some compilers we have some other special values. To deal with this, we could define a constant, and depending on which compiler we use, we can change the value of the constant. It is a common practice in C programming to use all capital letters for a symbolic constant such as start or ending, and all lowercase letters for variable names. You can use any method you choose, since it is mostly a matter of personal taste. C preprocessor. The preprocessor is a program that processes a C program before it undergoes compilation. It handles directives for source file inclusion, that is hash include, macro definitions like hash define, and conditional inclusion, hash if. Note that hash if is used to mark part of the code that needs to be executed based on some flag used with the compiler. The preprocessor generates code in which hash include statements are replaced with the text from corresponding .h files, hash define statements are replaced with the corresponding definitions, and if there is conditional inclusions, it keeps only the parts that are to be executed. Macros. When the hash define statement contains something more than a constant value, we usually call it a macro. It is a piece of C code, and a typical function of a macro is to perform some logical decisions or some mathematical functions. For example, hash define max AB, A greater than B question mark A colon B, hash define min AB, A greater than B question mark B colon A. When the preprocessor finds the word max followed by a group in parenthesis, it expects to find two terms in the parenthesis and will do a replacement of the terms into the definition of max. The first term will replace every a in the definition and the second term will replace every b in the definition. Somewhere in the code, if we have a line num equal to max I j, then num is assigned the value of I or the value of j, whichever is greater. Similarly, the min macro will find the minimum of the two numbers given in the brackets. As with the constant case, any appearance of the word max in string literals or comments is ignored. There are a lot of parentheses in the macro definition, which might seem unnecessary, but they are all essential, as we will see with some examples now. Wrong macros. Let us consider a macro for computing the cube of a. Hash define cube 1 a star a star a. This macro indeed works as we expect in some cases, but it fails in others. See one example. Let us consider the case that z is equal to cube 1 x plus y appears in the code somewhere, and x has value 1 and y has value 5 at that point. The preprocessor replaces this statement by z is equal to x plus y star x plus y star x plus y, and the result is 1 plus 5 star 1 plus 5 star 1 plus 5, that is equal to 1 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equal to 16, whereas what we expect is 6 cube, that is 216. Now consider another macro. Hash define cube 2 a open bracket a close bracket star open bracket a close bracket star open bracket a close bracket. You may verify that this second macro named cube 2 does get the cube correctly in all cases. Similarly, hash define add 1 a open bracket a close bracket plus open bracket a close bracket is an incorrect macro for addition of two numbers, and the correct one is hash define add 2 a open bracket a close bracket plus open bracket a close bracket close bracket. A statement like y is equal to 6 star add 1 x exposes the problem in the first definition, because it gets replaced with 6 star x plus x and not 6 star in brackets x plus x. Register variables. Register variables are a special case of automatic variables or local variables in C. By declaring a variable with the register keyword, user can tell the compiler that this variable is going to be used heavily. It is a suggestion that these variables are better placed in the registers of the CPU rather than in the computer's memory, so that these variables could be accessed faster. However, the compilers take the final call on this, and they are free to ignore such a suggestion that the user makes. The register keyword can only be applied to local variables inside a function and to the parameters of a function. For example, register int x, register char c, or void test, register int m, register long n, and register int I inside the function. There are hardware limitations on how many variables can actually be stored in registers. Only a few variables in each function may be kept in registers, and only certain types are allowed. The specific restrictions on number and types of register variables vary from machine to machine. It is not possible to take the address of a register variable, because the variable may not have an address in the memory. It does not matter whether the variable is actually placed in the register or not. Bit fields. The bit field is a relatively new addition to the C programming language. It is very useful if you have a lot of data to separate into separate bits or groups of bits. Many systems use bit fields to pack a lot of data in very few number of bytes. Let us see one example. Struct unsigned int x colon 1, unsigned int y colon 2, unsigned int z colon 5, 3 underscore var. Here we have a structure named 3 underscore var. The structure is composed of 3 bit fields named x, y and z. The variable named x is only 1 bit wide. The variable y is 2 bits wide and is adjacent to the variable x. and the variable z is 5 bits wide and is adjacent to y. The size of the structure is only 1 byte. Note that 1 byte is the smallest possible size, and even if the individual sizes add up to 3 or 4, the computer uses 1 byte to store the variable. Now, let us see another example. Union int index struct unsigned int x colon 1, unsigned int y colon 2, unsigned int z colon 2, close bracket bits close bracket number. Here we have a union made up of a single int type variable and a structure. The structure is composed of 3 bit fields named x, y and z. The variable named x is only 1 bit wide. The variable y is 2 bits wide and is adjacent to the variable x, and the variable z is 2 bits wide and is adjacent to y. Moreover, because the union causes the bits to be stored in the same memory location as the variable index, the variable x is the least significant bit of the variable index, y forms the next 2 bits and z forms 2 higher order bits. We may verify this with the following piece of code. For num.index equal to 0, num.index less than 20, num.index plus plus, printf index equal to %3d, comma bits equal to %3d, %3d, %3d slash n, num.index, comma num.bits.z, comma num.bits.y, comma num.bits.x. If you compile and run such a program, you will see that as the variable index is incremented by 1 each time through the loop, how the bit field values change. Bit fields must be defined as part of an unsigned int, otherwise the compiler issues an error message. Bitwise operations. The logical operators defined in C are designed as functions for bitwise operations. It means that the operations are performed on the individual bits, even though the operand is an entire byte or an integer variable. No carry from bit to bit is performed as we usually do with a binary addition. The operator AND, that is ampersand, is used for logical AND. If both bits are 1, the result is 1, otherwise the result is 0. A horizontal line is used for logical OR. If at least one of the 2 bits is 1, the result is 1. Caret is used for logical XOR. If exactly one of the bits is 1, the result is 1, otherwise the result is 0. These 3 are binary operations. In addition to these, we have a unary logical invert operator tilde. If the bit is 1, invert results in 0 and vice versa. Let us see one example program. Hash include stdio.h, void main, char mask, char number, char and or XOR negation index, number is equal to 0x11, printf number space mask and space or space XOR space negation slash n, mask is equal to 0x0f, and is equal to mask and number, or is equal to mask or number, XOR is equal to mask XOR number, negation is equal to negation number. Printf %5x space %5x space %5x space %5x space %5x space %5x slash n, number comma mask and or XOR negation. Here the data in the character variable number is given in hexadecimal format. You could compile and run this program and make sure that the output matches with what you expect. We will see 2 more binary operations now, called left shift and right shift. Left shift, denoted by 2 less than symbols, takes 2 numbers as its arguments and shifts the bits of the first number towards left. By how many positions the shift occurs is given by the second argument. Look at the following program segment: int num shift 1 shift 2. num is equal to 1, shift 1 is equal to num less than 1, shift 2 is equal to num less than 2. Here shift 1 gets a value 2 and shift 2 becomes 4, as the single bit in integer num moves to its left by 1 and 2 positions respectively. Similarly, the next program illustrates the use of the right shift operator. Int num shift 1 shift 2 num is equal to 5, shift 1 is equal to num greater than 1, shift 2 is equal to num greater than 2. The first right shift operation results in the number 2, as the rightmost bit of 5 disappears and the bit at the third position from the right moves to right by 1 position. Shift 2 becomes 1, as you would expect. Enumerations. Enumerations in C is just an easy way to declare constants. An enumeration consists of a set of named integer constants. An enumeration type declaration gives the name of the enumeration tag, that is optional, and defines the set of named integer identifiers. These integers are called the enumeration set, enumerator constants or enumerators. A variable with enumeration type stores one of the values of the enumeration set defined by that type. For example, enum day Sunday equal to 0, comma Monday, comma Tuesday, comma Wednesday, comma Thursday, comma Friday, comma Saturday, close bracket workday. Here we define a variable workday of type day. The day can take one of the 7 values from 0 to 6 or from Sunday to Saturday. By default, the first identifier always gets the value 0. From there onwards, the values are incremented by 1 each. Saturday corresponds to the integer value 6. Note that it is possible to force any of the values to an integer of our choice. For example, Tuesday is equal to 18. From that point, the values are incremented by 1 again. Variables of enum type can be used in indexing expressions and as operands of all arithmetic and relational operators. Enumerations can be used as an alternative to the hash define statements that we saw earlier. The advantage over hash define is that it is not replaced globally and we can choose the scope. In ANSI C, the expressions that define the value of an enumerator constant always have int type. Hence, for storing an enumeration variable, the memory used is same as that required for a single int value, even if the enumeration has only 2 values 0 and 1. An enumeration constant or a value of enumerator type can be used anywhere the C language permits an integer expression. Command line parameters. In environments that support C, there is a way to pass command line arguments or parameters to a program when it begins executing. When the function main is called, it is called with 2 arguments. The first is conventionally called argc for argument count, and it is the number of command line arguments the program was invoked with. The second is called argv for argument vector. It is a pointer to an array of character strings that contain the arguments. The programmer uses multiple levels of pointers to manipulate these character strings. An easy illustration is the program echo that is available on Unix systems. When echo is called with command line arguments, it prints arguments on a single line separated by blanks. That is, the command echo hello world prints the output hello world in a single line. By convention, argv0 is the name of the executable file of the program itself, which means that argc is at least 1. If argc is 1, there are no command line arguments after the program name. In the example above, argc is 3 and argv0, argv1, argv2 are echo, hello and world respectively. The first optional argument is argv1 and the last is argv of argc minus 1. The standard also says that the last element in the argv array, that is argv argc, has to be a null pointer. See this implementation of echo program that treats argv as an array of character pointers. Hash include stdio.h main int argc comma char star argv bracket int I for I equal to 1, I less than argc I plus plus, printf percentages comma argv I comma I less than argc minus 1 question mark space colon null, printf /n return 0. Next we see a variant of this where we increment argv in the loop instead of argc. Hash include stdio.h main int argc char star argv bracket while minus argc greater than 0, printf percentages comma star plus argv comma argc greater than 1 question mark space colon null, printf /n return 0. Note that we can use names other than argc and argv for the parameters, and that does not affect the program. Let us summarize what we learned in this section. We learned more about hash defined statements and C preprocessor, learned what are macros in C and saw the common errors while writing macros. We learnt the concept of register variables in C. We studied the relatively new concept of bit fields in C. Learned more about bitwise operations possible in C. Learnt what are enumerations in C, and then we learnt what are command line parameters in C and how they are used in a C program. Here are some exercise questions for you. 1. Write a program to print all the prime numbers from 2 to 1729. Use hash defined statements to define the limits. 2. Write a program to illustrate that the macro for addition of two numbers hash define add a b open bracket a close bracket plus open bracket b close bracket is erroneous. 3. If one declares a variable as register int a, what does the compiler understand? 4. Write a program that reads in a number and prints the binary representation of that number. Use bit operations. 5. See the enumeration enum day Sunday, Monday, Tuesday equal to 0, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, close bracket workday. What will be the integer values associated with each of the days? 6. What is the value of the first argument to the function main if a program print underscore line is called as print underscore line space my space dear space fellow space beings? 7. Can you think of any advantages of using an enumerator over a hash defined statement other than the advantages we mentioned already? Here are a couple of books for your reference: Kernighan and Ritchie, The C Programming Language, 2nd edition, Prentice Hall, 1988. McConnell, Code Complete, Microsoft Press, 1993. With this, we conclude our study of C language. I wish you all a good career in the field of C programming. Good luck and bye.